I big time events happening. Like once in a year or once in every month, basically. Um once a month. Once a month type stuff. And I will move over here. Ooh. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. I'm sitting like vertically. Set up tour, please. Nah. This is decent. Decent camera angle. Sorry if we're not chatting. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode. Not well. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to see what if the Dark Cyan Team Colonial Empire, at its height, came to the real world. I said real world! I mean Wixo. Modern times. Dun dun dun! Wrong video. Yo. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we will be seeing what if the Dark Cyan Colonial Empire came to the modern day Wixo. I think each episode of Community Wixo should be 1 year in the Wixo world. So it would be year 4 in Wixo world. No, no. Below Morocco. For our first event, we see these two countries up here unifying with the newly formed colonial empire that just magically united. Now, this country is going to be stable, I guess. It can't really not be, but yeah, it unites with these two. Oh, that's the war color. It unites with those countries like so. And for this scenario, I cannot put in alliances or the AN. We're gonna make an alliance layer eventually. Alliance stability is kind of outdated. I do gotta remove some capitals. That border is horrendous. Yeah. After a little lore yap about the Triangle Alliance and the Dark Cyan attempts. Whoa! Infiltrate the Brown team and tries to put in the old government as well as the French team. Yeah, calm down. We need minor events to start. So I'm thinking this country, what's the power rankings at? No power rankings. Red Australia, kinda. Blue Australia, since the Dark Sign country took the Red Aussie core lands. I mean, we could do the Reds. Is there a way for the red team to like fall apart and then Blue Australia comes back? Like enters the Civil War. Blue Australia's back. And then boom. Now we're here in Oceania. And in this little situation, we are going to see the red Australian country fighting a civil war against its old counterpart, the blue team. Now, the blue Australian team and the red Australian team have just fought. Red Australia recently united the continent under fascism, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Red Australia is the fascist one. Where's the... Oh, there's no... Ooh. Andalusia's fascist, too. So... That's a little weird. Majority of their nation is fascist. With the Red Australian country being extremely crippled due to them losing lots of their major territory, and the bad assimilation of the Blue Australian team, the Blue Australian rebellion is going to get really big really fast. But here we see the Red Australian country pushing back against them. But also we have the Dark Cyan country even getting involved as a quick land snatch up. And they're going to be like, hey, you're weak. We crippled your government. Now, due to them sharing an ideology like shown, they're fascist. So is Dark Cyan. So they're going to have some backlash from the fascist countries in this Wixo. But overall, we generally see the Dark Cyan team absolutely obliterating the red country. And the red country is going to be like, alright, our people don't like us. Other countries don't like us. Let's go ahead and surrender so our people die out less and the government's overthrown by the people. So let's see this peace treaty. Yippee! Alright. Chat. I need to get a map. That will be right back. I am so sorry. I just need to open the Google Drive. Recent episodes. What episode was post World War IV? Like the episode before World War IV? I need to know. Yeah, make it short. Wait, do they have any South American lands? I can't remember. They do. I need to remove capitals. They're gonna be hated by Brazil. So maybe we can have a major loss for them. And then America's also going to hate them. Because they do take American land. They do be taking that land. Or Carolina, whatever Ada's wants to call them. They're America. I'm gonna remove the Brazilian thingy. I'm gonna put in a 5. It was episode 65. Yeah, I had a feeling it was in its 60s. There's no viruses with this, and then I like that. Post World War II borders. So, I mean, not World War II. World War IV. So, I'm gonna completely just be like, hey, I'm sorry, guys. Just copy this. I'm gonna remove all the colors that change. Nah, I think I'm good. I'll figure something out. Alright. So I'm gonna use the advantage of... Whoa. I didn't know the blue team was crippled that much. I thought they were less crippled, but I was wrong. They gained some land and lost some land. Here, I'm gonna do merge layer down tactic. That do be kind of weird. So, do this be all? Here, I'ma just Empire, Imperial might this. For real. Papua New Guinea country. Guinea should get independence. I don't see why other nations shouldn't. Except for this nation. This nation don't get independence because they're already under control. But these nations right here, don't see why they should not be independent. Let's make them independent. Independence. We do love our independence. We do love our independence, though. We do love our sovereignty. As all nations should. We do be loving it as people. Then Central America revolts from the Dark Scientine and wins, but they only get half of Panama. Well, I feel like losing in this scenario should not happen so fast. I feel like for this to go off and just go out, it needs to go out in a bang. In my opinion, it should go out in a bang. And I'm sorry if you disagree with that, but that's how it will be going. That's how it do be happening. Dark Scientine makes the nukes. Do you think other countries, I think if they made nukes, no nukes in this scenario. This will be the peace treaty with all the blue team territory being returned to them. Is that border actually that disgusting? No, it's not, and I just made it disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna color you red. Grab this color. Grab the color red. Boom, you're red. Boom, you're blue. Never mind, had to fix that border, but this is the peace treaty. We will do diplomacy wars maybe every Friday. Every Friday is a diplomacy war day after I'm done recording. But with this recent expansion, they're gonna get real close with the blue team, but really split. So there's people that like the Cyan team, and then people that are entirely against them, because they are fascist right now, but they're more of a monarchy fascist mix, because they are an empire right now, and their empire is huge and very stable because This is Fantasyland. But right now we will be seeing an alliance formed against this team. Galacia? No, Galicia's no. Galicia. Ah, whatever. Whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Galicia. So, what teams join? Rome's super weak, but I don't think they would join. They're very cocky. Sicily would join. Or this nation don't even have a capital. It is. France. I know West Africa. Catalonia would probably join. I'm thinking purple Angolans. Brazil. If Brazil wins, this alliance is going one way for the fascists. I mean, if Brazil enters the alliance, it's going one way for the fascists, no matter what. Mexico joins. And America. Now, despite the war, I do think America would join. The Dutch, probably. Irish, let's go. Ideology really depends on which areas. Then Libya. Libya wouldn't join. Greece joining? They are very anti-fascist. I wouldn't put it past them that they wouldn't join. And then the Triangle Alliance, or complete opposite shape square. Wrong country. Invade Libya? If they invade the Libyan countries, they'll invade the Libyan countries. I don't care. Well, that could work as a foothold against West Africa. Their alliance will consist of... Whoa, that was a perfect square. Wasn't even holding down shift. West Australia. Who hates all these European countries? Russia. All of the gold team coast. No, the gold team should not be messed with in this scenario. In my opinion. I want to make this somewhat fair. WRT. What does WRT mean? Yeah, they'll invade Libya. I'm just trying to think who would join the square team. I know obviously all these nations. They just got independence from the red team. I think Oceania will just see the Dark Cyan team as a savior. And then this Filipino country. I like the orange Egyptian country. Alliance map. Poland's still communist. That's a big deal. I don't know. North America can't do nothing with. I mean, maybe we can see a split in the Security Council members. Since I want to make this fair, but I don't want to make them... Here, I'll say a massive coalition forms. Or I don't want to end the video so fast. Here we see two alliances form. So, we see the Circle team forming in South America first. Then they're like, hey, guys, I know we're not ideologically similar, but y'all gotta realize, we gotta worry about this. And then in retaliation, then they make the Square Team alliance with Russia because Russia hates Europe. And then Oceania joins in because they see the Dark Cyan team as their savior from the Red Australian team. Now with this retaliation that they're doing, they ain't just going to retaliate like that. They're just going to invade into this team right here, this team, and the other Libyan team. So let's go ahead and see that. So for their invasion of the Libyan teams, they're just going to invade along the coast. They can't really push into the Sahara over here, so they're going to invade along the coast instead of doing a more longer invasion taking place through them pushing through the Sahara. You gotta remember, they do have Gibraltar because they're in Iberia, of course. But they're going to push like so, and I'm not making the fronts different colors for just a reason. But they are going to push like this, cutting off every little bit of the blue Libyan country, and they surrender. So they're going to just push straight into Libya, pushing a little bit into the Sahara, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to take their capital, so they're going to slowly siege the capital of the Red Libyan country. Because the Red Libyan country is a little bit more powerful, they take longer to siege the capital, but the capital is sieged and they get fully annexed. Now, for this blue country, they're just going to push in like so. Just pushing in here and here. Now, their people are like, alright, we're nothing right now. Our country's been destroyed, and our capital's taken. We're extremely weakened. And they join up. Oop, they did not annex all of... basically all of Africa. That's my bad. It's the blue Libyan country. They're not the same country. They're not the same country as the African Union. They're different. They are nowhere near African Union. Like, they're different. Different government, different accomplishments. Different everything. This alliance is going to put sanctions on the Dark Cyan team because they just annexed a large part of Africa. With this, the Cyan team's going to be like, alright, what's that supposed to do? We're the strongest country in the world, and our empire is large. And they're going to be like, well, wait until next invasion. And they're going to use the very bad tactic of appeasement because the Dark Cyan team is so powerful. But they are going to start building up their forces, and we actually see Russia invade into a couple of European nations and Caucasian nations. At one time, it is called it the Mediterranean country, and that country used to be the African Union. So sorry to all my Russia fans, but I will not be recording that little part where they annexed all the nations that they just annexed. You can see by the capital, and they also annexed border territories here. But I will not be covering it because this video is not about Russia. I'm so sorry to all my Russia fans. And Ukrainian fans, don't forget, stand strong! And these two Caucasian countries joined the alliance of the Circle Team, and they also unite so they're stronger. Alright, so I'm dealing with a little bit of problems right now. My mouse just died, so I'm having to charge it right now while using it. Kinda cooked. Why are shorts so easy to get views? Because so many people watch them. Like, shorts get so many views, and it's sad. I can't say how much I love your channel. Thank you. Thank you. With the recent invasions, the Caucasian country, the Farmers Union, and the Poland country all join the Circle Team Alliance. And before this country can join the Circle Team Alliance, this country right here will be invaded by the Russian Empire, like so. So I'm not even going to review this. Most of the people in this country support this, but they do get annexed. Yo, Russian Empire reformed in the video. I didn't even want the Russian Empire to be reformed, but it was. Like, wow. Can Cyan invade South Indian country to get closer to India after India can join the Circle Team? The Circle Team's too powerful. The Circle Team is way too powerful. I'm gonna unplug my mouse because my mouse charges insanely fast. Like, it uses no battery, and it has RGB lights on it and everything. Like, I love my mouse because of its low energy consumption and fast charging. Next, we're seeing the Lime Colonial Empire do this, and that will be every, like, I don't know. My mouse is wired. Yeah. W. I need ideas for a thumbnail for this video. I want to make it a special one, but I don't know what I should do for a special one. Yo, almost at 790. Yo, 10 more subs, then I'm doing a Q&A video. That will be Sunday's video if y'all can get me enough subs. Seafoam Green. Well, the Seafoam Green has no reason to join the country. I mean, join the alliance. Just do the Cyan team. Animated. And distinct from the rest. That's a good idea. I like make the Wixo map the thumbnail. Hold up. How big's the YouTube thumbnail? Because I reckon it's the same size of the world map. If not, it's not. So I can just make the Cyan team glow. Maybe add like a white border outline. Or make it just glow effect. There's gonna be a massive war at the end. I don't know what I would want for a thumbnail. I need like thumbnail bases. Like I need to see some thumbnails. That's how I learn. I see something, I try to do it. Hmm. Colonial empires. So let's try to find one. I know Norwegian did one recently. Don't even differentiate it. That's weird. What I want to do is maybe just have the Dark Cyan lands in Africa showing. I don't know. I could do a glow effect on the Empire. I'm probably going to end up doing that. Should... I want them to start the war now. Because 7 minutes. Start the war. Alright, they're going to start the war. Realistically, South Africa betrayed the fascists, so yeah. Here we see the Cyan team declare war against West Africa, not South Africa. Not looking at you, big country. With this, they quickly push into Gibraltar, and they're pushing fairly fast. But after this little major push, we do see that West Africa is easily making a push back, but aren't able to free up Gibraltar, as we see the preparations that were made by the nations in the Circle Alliance was actually pretty good, but that still has no effect because the Dark Cyan team country's navy completely starves out this country. and they just completely control the coast. Now, without the coast, this country is nothing. So they quickly surrender because they're starving out and killing children, women, and men. Everyone in this country are slowly dying out, and it is a disgusting war tactic. And they can't use it against the European nations, though. And they're going to push into the Galician country, but they ain't going to push that far. They're only going to push to about here. When they get about here and try to push into the Catalonian country, they're going to be getting some withdrawal. As massive amounts of troops from the Green France country quickly storm into the Dark Cyan team as they push up here very fast. Now with this, we do see a lot happening here with the Dark Cyan team quickly making a push back here, but the Green France and Catalonian nation make a very, very powerful defensive against this team, but they do know that the Galician nation is cooked, so the Galician nation goes ahead and surrenders and gives all its men over to the Circle Team Alliance so they can make a defensive along their border. Here in South America, we just see massive calling of troops and recruitment all over this continent and just harvesting this continent for its people. But other than that, South America completely surrenders and they only use it for its navy and stuff. But in Oceania, they're fine and they're going to keep on being fine as all of Oceania completely supports the Dark Cyan nation. But as we can see, this land is just surrendered over to the Circle Team Alliance. But let's continue the scenario. Okay, it's me, Lucas Alt. Here with the massive amounts of troops flooding in, they're going to push like so, quickly pushing behind Green French lines, and they're also going to be pushing into Catalonia a little bit, like so, and Catalonia is going to lose this city completely. Now with this encirclement, it's going to be very dangerous for Green France, and they're going to lose all of that land. Now with them pushing up here, they're going to quickly realize, hey, we're cooked. So Dark Cyan calls in their ally of the Russian country. The Russian country joins the war on the side of Dark Cyan, and so do the Oceanic countries, but they can't do anything, so they're just sending troops and support. And the French surrender. Here we see quickly Russia quickly moves into the Caucasian country, with their leader being a severely competent and very intelligent militaristic leader. They're going to quickly just use the naval support they get from the Dark Cyan country, but they don't get more naval support because of Greece. Greece is going to be the most important part of this story, I guess, because they do own Istanbul, also known as Constantinople. But other than that, they make pushes into Poland. Poland wasn't expecting this as much as the other countries, but Poland's also going to be able to make a quick pushback, and they're going to push into the Russian country. Russia's gonna be like, oh god, the Polish are pushing fast. We distracted ourselves too much. We pushed too fast. We blitzed too fast. So they're not going to be able to make a strong defensive. But due to the severe competence and just general competence that the military leader had. He did not expect this. He expected a clean victory, and then the troops would quickly move back, but they didn't yet. Here it is obvious that Russia is compromised. So the Farmers Union quickly moves into what would be Moldova and Ukraine, and quickly they free up the Ukrainian country, and the Ukrainian country is going to join the war, and they're going to push into Russia. But also with this, the Ukrainian country can't do much because they were just a part of Russia, and they're going to get pushed back a lot, and the troops are still in Caucasia. But with this, the troops move, they push into the Farmers Union, they push into the little bits of Poland's occupied territory of their country, and they push like so, not pushing much, but enough to make a proper defensive on their border. Um, yeah. With massive amounts of troops flooding into France, they quickly make a push, and with this, they push deep, deeply into the my bad, but they deeply push into Galicia, and Galicia rebels against the the I guess occupiers of them. My bad for not knowing Galicia's borders. Galicia, whatever you want to call it. This is World War V now. The Galician country is independent and not a part of the Dark Cyan team anymore as occupied territory. And with the French pushing back, the Catalonians are going to push back with the French, and they're going to support each other. But the French quickly move down and take all their previous territory, and they're going to push into the Dark Cyan team. They're going to make a quick push, capturing a major city here and here. Now I'm just mixing the fronts because I don't want to make different front colors. But they will be pushing here, and they're also going to free up some Galician land. But Galicia is just going to be like, alright, if you just give me all my previous land, I will leave the war and not be in your hair. And that's what they do. And with this, they can't send as much supplies through, so they quickly get pushed back. Rate my swag, W. Sorry, I just got a lot of text messages. From a group chat. That's weird. Alright. So, they make that deal. They make that deal, and with this, West Africa is going to rise up against the Glacians. Not Glacians. The Dark Cyan team. And they're going to quickly be like, alright, give us back all our land that you occupy, right? And we'll leave the war. And that they do. And with this, the colonies of the Dark Cyan team keep thinking, are we really fighting for this weak country that's giving up occupied territory that we took? Our men are just dying on this front, and then we're just making deals just to get out of this war with so many different countries and fighting them again. So Africa's going to leave and Oceania is going to leave, but Oceania is going to be controlled by mainly the blue Australian country, and they're going to also take New Zealand. But these other nations in the Caribbean, they're just going to become a part of a new nation. But I'm not gonna make that new nation. These new nations, I'm just gonna color them white, like how I did with the South African colonies, like here. These colonies absolutely hate the Cyan team, but Brazil is going to be occupying them, I guess, for the most part. Because Brazil is the strongest nation here, they're just going to be occupying them with all the other South American colonies. And then America, I guess, could occupy the... Or, yeah, America's going to occupy the Caribbean, like so. And they're also going to occupy the Caribbean islands over here. But other than that, the colonies are against them. And this is when Galicia's like, I don't care about that treaty that I made with you. I'm gonna go to war with you. So they're like, yeah, we push into you. What are you gonna do? This is a complete surprise attack. And without even a second thought, they quickly push back the Galicians. And this is going to be really easy because they just reformed their nation and they're trying to reform their government a bit. But they do push in a little bit, like so. And with this, we also see the French quickly pushing in and retaking the occupied areas. With this, they're going to quickly see a quick push and they surrender over to the French, like so. And with this event happening, Russia's going to be like, I leave the war, leave me alone. But these other nations aren't going to have that. So they, with the massive amounts of troops coming from the Dutch and everyone in here, they're just going to be like, alright, quick spearhead. The Russian people do not support this. We don't support this. So yeah, let's go ahead and take out Russia. Now, I could do a peace treaty, or I could not. But, I will post the peace treaty in community posts, I guess, if I want to. But you will see it there, hopefully, if I make it. But I'm not going to make a treaty for this. But hope y'all did enjoy this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Every subscriber gets me closer to 1K, and I love y'all. Alright, thumbnail ideas. I need them. I need them badly. Oh. W video. Thumbnail ideas, I need badly. Like, I cannot stress how much I need thumbnail ideas. What y'all just saw was the slow process of me doing the map thing. Now, I'm not gonna make this thumbnail very complicated. It's just going to be a simple, you know what happened. It's going to be back question mark. Yeah, I took your idea into effect fast. Like, I enjoyed recording that. Put reforms? How do I put on reforms? I know how to do brightness and contrast. Well, Russia at their peak ain't that much different from what we got now, so I'm gonna let Ada's do that video. And that's my honest answer for that. I'm gonna let Ada's do that video. Do y'all like this? Then do it for the Dutch. The Dutch would be cool. Do y'all like this idea for a thumbnail? Or I could do the full map. No, it doesn't do anything. Why does it do it for the... No one is free until... No one is free until... You tell me. I do like how this be looking. It's good. Alright. I'm gonna put it into Canva now. New Zealand's not on this map. Alright. Add text box. Impact. Effects. This is just the basic stuff. Nothing even special. Oh yeah, I know about Green France quitting. I don't really care about Green France quitting because I know he won't quit for long. But I know why he quit, and I respect his reasons. But I know he won't quit for long, and everybody does. Um, God, 777. I'm screenshotting that and sending it to them. I have no clue who's in this group chat or what, but I just know they've been talking a lot. Yeah. My I'm gonna turn off my display capture real quick. Just schedule this video. Green France quitting. I don't care if he comes back to the mapping community or not. If he comes back, it better not be for no reason. Like, there better be something that changed. If he doesn't, oh well. Do I care? Yeah, I'm friends with him, ish. But, realistically, how's that gonna affect me? It won't. Chat is dry. Chat is very dry because I'm recording. Colonialism, empire, world. It is pro. Geography, history, maps. Um, that's still good. I'll wake up and it will have too many views. Views it doesn't deserve. Um, shorts do not deserve that much views. I don't care what your quality on your short is, but it does not deserve that much views. Just know that. No matter how good your short is. Catalonia. Catalonia would be interesting. And the file corrupted. Yo. The file corrupted. I'm done. I'm done. The file corrupted. Don't know how, but it did. Come on. Trying to recover the file. I'm just... You can do it, England? Yeah, I'm trying to. This sucks. Angola, should I make my own Wixo? Sure. Tag me in it once you make it, so I can watch it. And you'll be one of the Wixo series that I watch. If you're any good. If you're not any good, I'll just judge you in your comment section until you're till you get good. And that will help a lot. Upload complete. Bro, I swear, ain't every single time. Alright, so it's working-ish, it's just being super slow and something's wrong with YouTube. Not my file. Thank God. Still got the video. But, love y'all. I gotta go. Alright, try your best, bro.